Good morning, 6 o'clock on your Tuesday morning. Special morning because somebody got a new camera. See if we can, we'll bring Brian up here. Does it look any different?
Man, I got a new camera. You didn't.
You look handsome as ever, Brian.
Oh, sure. You know what it is? It's they put a filter on the lens to make me look younger. That's
wow.
That's what it is.
How do you
Give me that camera.
I know, right? I get one of those filters.
Is there an application process for that one? Or?
How come you got one?
Yay me.
Goodness, how's everybody doing on this Tuesday?
Good, thank you. Good.
It's cold out this morning.
January the
It
24th.
is. Yeah, it's that wind this morning. That's what's making it feel so cold.
Yeah, we could hear it howling through the building this morning, and that was like,
Exactly.
is that wind?
What is that?
It is cold. I will say this because I thought about this when I was deciding what jacket to put on today. I haven't put my big heavy winter jacket on yet this year.
I've been living in my,
No, you haven't. You have this. Remember that new jacket that you have?
which I brought today,
Oh,
and I
did
had
you?
it on yesterday.
Oh,
And
maybe I don't see you take your jacket
Thanks
off.
for noticing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have been wearing that?
Yeah.
I have.
I'm waiting for them to notice me, Brian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emily.
Oh, yes.
I wore my heavy coat today.
You did, okay. So am I the only one that hasn't been wearing like, because well, obviously January's been pretty mild. You
Yeah.
were wearing it through like those mild days?
Well,
Because it's new and you just want to show it off?
I do love it.
Yes.
I don't know. Just,
Okay, Emily's joining us for Chit Chat this morning. What are we talking about today?
Well, never does anyone ever think that Queen Bee could cause such a controversy, but here we are. Fans of Beyoncé are divided over her most recent Dubai Atlantis Royal show. Like, if you watch the beginning of the concert, there's fireworks, there's smoke, there's flames. Like, it is just so grand. Does it need to be that grand? No. And in such a country like Dubai, where it's so culturally and socioeconomically divided, it just makes my stomach turn. You're either really, really rich or you're really, really poor. There's a really fine line of in between, and it just doesn't exist. It makes me feel sick. Next, for her fans that love her and like she's iconic to them, to perform in a country where it is so, I can understand her taking a stand, and I get that point of view about her going out on stage and saying, you know what, I'm going to perform regardless whether your rules are this or that. You know, I'm going to show the world what I'm all about. It just doesn't sit well with me.
would she have done it for $5 million?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And what if she used that money to kind of further the message?
Instead of just performing for an hour, imagine we got paid $24 million an hour, you guys.
No, you don't.
You don't? And we do 3 hours a day.
I'm the new girl.
It's hard to say somebody shouldn't take money, okay? Because when it's put onto yourself, what are you going to do in
Yeah.
that situation? That's what I always think with certain things.
Yeah.
Like I relate it to sports when people are just like signing contracts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, well, what would you do in that situation?
But money's,
what would I do
yeah.
in that situation?
I don't think money's the thing. Like, whether they paid her $10 or $24 million, she's an icon for the LGBTQ community, and she went and performed in a country that has strict laws against homosexuality.
But maybe that's why she did it.
Maybe. See, like,
Maybe
that's
it's
the
like,
controversy.
okay, I
Have we heard
stand
from
for
her?
these.
No,
Yeah.
we've been trying to get a comment from her, and nobody's gotten anything.
Have you called her? Here's
I
my
have.
phone.
I know.
Here, give her a call.
Okay,
Give
let me
her
call
a
PB.
call. Let her know. It should
You've
be
got her
in-
on speed
it
dial.
should be in there.
Okay,
under
let's
Queen
get to
Bee.
this. Let's get to this next one because this is good, and I think we're all going to want to go to this show, depending on how much the tickets are. Stevie Nicks is on tour, and she's going to be performing her solo hits as well as those from Fleetwood Mac this year, and the tour includes a date in Toronto. 10 a.m. I'd love to go see that show.
You'll
She's
need
kind of like
$24 million to afford a ticket to that
she's not
show.
going to be Madonna. She's not going to be Madonna. I know she's not. I mean, Ticketmaster might
Do you
have
want to know
something
what
to say.
those tickets will be expensive?
Yeah, but they won't be 24 grand for two.
There'll be some pricey tickets on there,
Yeah.
right?
Brian, what do you think? You going to go to the Stevie Nicks concert with us or what?
Yeah, sure. If you're going, why not? Let's all go together. Enjoy Stevie Nicks.
I think we should.
Do I have to?
Well, we're all old enough. I mean, like, we fit the demographic.
Yep, would love to hear those old Fleetwood Mac tunes once
man.
again. Yeah, exactly.
Good morning. Just after 7 o'clock on your Tuesday morning, kind of the day before the storm, 24 hours from now. Could we be in storm watch mode?
Ooh, could be.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bum, bum.
bum, bum.
I don't think we've had
We all
storm watch though, to be honest. We had that blizzard around Christmas.
We had storm watch. Annette
Yes.
and I went through a storm watch.
Oh, I wasn't here that day.
Yeah. You
That's
took off
right.
early.
I left early
You
to
left
get
early
to
'cause of the
avoid the
storm.
storm.
That's right.
Right.
Leaving us behind.
Yes,
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you made it through it.
We did.
Right, right.
Here we are.
Will we make through another one, Brian?
Yeah, I will make it through.
Yeah.
It's, actually, the forecast is for 5 to 10 to 10 to 15 for this
Yeah.
area, maybe as high as 20 in upper elevations, but it's going to be significant snowfall for the day tomorrow. So we have that special weather statement in effect for tomorrow.
Right.
Actually, we had thought that it was going to be a little later in the day, but it's speeding up a little bit more, so it looks like it's going to hit us in the morning in time for the morning rush tomorrow.
I think we were wondering why that special weather statement came out so early, and then you see where it's for. Yeah. And
Everywhere?
it's like
It's
the
a
full.
huge area.
It's the 401 corridor from Windsor all the way to Montreal. That's millions of people.
yes.
So maybe that's why it's.
That's
put out
right, and
a few days
even
early.
through Quebec and into the Maritimes as
It-
well, because this system is going to push its way towards the east. So.
Right.
Rather early than late, I suppose.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, it gives us a heads up.
Yeah, sometimes
yes-
Environment Canada's a little late.
yeah. Well, yesterday it gave me the chance. Okay, I got to prep the snowblower. Got to make sure it's all set, ready to go. So I did
Smart.
that, and so it's all ready for tomorrow. 'Cause
That means Brian's coming over to all of our houses.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Sure, I'll be there.
Now, your snowblower, though, is attached to a tractor, I would imagine.
No, it's not. No.
Oh, it isn't?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
It's got a big. It's self-propelled, but I can just walk behind it. It's okay.
My dad has one of those.
Unless
With a tractor.
Yeah,
My,
yeah.
my
Shout
dad
out-
those
did too.
are the
Shout out
fun
Paul
ones.
Boland.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Give Paul a show. He'll be by your place.
Yeah.
He loves blowing snow. He's retired. What else does he do? He blows
Amazing.
snow when a storm comes.
So I
know
can
a lot of
email you
people
my
like that.
address then,
Yes,
Tim, and you
yeah,
can
he'll
send it
come
off
down-
to your
he'll
dad.
show
All
up
the
in
way from
he'll
Kenilworth.
show up in the John Deere.
Good.
Blow it
Okay.
out, blow it
Yeah.
out.
We'll put in our
Yeah.
addresses and you can come.
Yeah.
We're at Foley Greenhouses with Emily. Emily, this place is so spectacular. I know viewers are going to want to know the story. Tell me how you developed Foley and how it came to be.
Yeah, I had a job a long time ago at a flower shop, and they had a small plant area, and it was kind of like what started my love for plants. And I became pretty good at taking care of plants in my house without much effort. So the idea kind of came about like looking, in my living room and seeing all these plants and realizing how many people come in and are like, "Wow, you have a good green thumb," and
totally.
just being like, it shouldn't be that complicated. So yeah, I just kind of spiraled, figured out how to source like really strong plants, try to find, well-made stylish pots, because that's like a big part of the equation.
Totally.
And then figure out how to ship them in a box across Canada. So
That's what's different. That's kind of what sets you apart from other kind of retail stores, other greenhouses, other florists, as well as other kind of box stores that sell plants, correct?
yeah, correct. Yeah. So most places you can't, go online for like your hardware store and know that they're going to have a large ZZ or like they don't have live inventory. So we have that. So you can go on our site, you see what we have, you can order it right through the site, and we ship, like I said, all across Canada. So it is e-commerce, but it does feel very personal.
Yeah.
We have a small team. We're really interactive with like our, audience and our customers, and
Right.
Even if you didn't buy a plant through us, but you have plant questions,
You have
like
plant issues?
Yeah.
Why is my plant turning yellow? My plant
Yeah.
is dying, or whatever it is. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So really excellent customer care.
Yes, we really focus on like making sure that you have a positive experience with plants at your own home, and a lot of things that people struggle with, like tons of people do. So it's normally like figuring out pretty quickly like what's the issue and helping people kind of remedy and move on, because plants are really resilient. Like think of them in the wild. They go through a lot of different, climate and different changes that they normally can bounce back from. So I am always hopeful we can kind of.
So you saying that actually makes me feel a little bit guilty, because I'm like, oh, I thought they were resilient. So what I've done is really killed them. Not just kind of killed them, but like really killed them. Like I can't keep an orchid alive to save my life, but a spider plant or like something viney, I'm like, oh, good to go. You don't need to water that thing for a month.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we focus on. Like we have so many new plant parents that are being shipped a plant or they're gifted something.
Yeah.
So a lot of our plants are like plants of steel. They're like drought tolerant.
Plants of steel.
Yeah,
I love
they're
that.
called plants of steel. And they're drought tolerant, meaning like you can leave it and forget about it for a while. style, as opposed to having something that like constantly needs to be watered or like fertilized or like over touched.
Yeah.
We really kind of go for the ones that are like set it and leave it.
Yeah.
I have to kind of coach people away from
Yeah.
wanting to touch their plants
Yeah.
so much, because people just want that like engagement with it, similar to gardening.
Of
Whereas
course.
indoor plants, like they want a sunny spot and watering evenly, and that's kind of it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, coming up, we're going to be talking about packing the plants, how they do it at the facility, and how it gets home to you. So lots more coming up on Morning Live.
Big day in Hollywood because the Oscar nominations are coming up a little bit later this morning that we're going to be talking about. We're going to be actually taking that live just after 8:30 this half hour, though. What you got?
Well, we've got the M&Ms. I know. This has been big news.
News.
Big news. Canadian and actress Maya Rudolph is taking over the job of representing M&M candies.
Why?
And what's wrong with go-go boots? Right?
So they switched from go-go boots to
Running shoes.
To
Like
running
she's like,
shoes?
it's like not appropriate for an M&M. And like, listen to the words I'm saying. It is not appropriate for an M&M to wear go-go boots.
Okay.
Is it appropriate for an M&M to have lips?
Okay, you're sitting on the fence again. We need you to go one way or another here, Em. You know what I mean?
See, this is why I'm on Team Smarties.
And M&Ms aren't even good.
Whoa, okay, wait a second.
Well,
What
they
are you
are.
talking
The
about?
peanut
Okay,
ones.
all right,
Peanut
okay.
ones are delicious.
ones.
I will eat a peanut M&M, and
Yes.
I love the caramel M&M, so I take that back. You're
I've
right.
never even had the caramel.
Oh.
Caramel M&Ms?
I haven't had them either.
Oh my gosh, they're just caramel inside of chocolate. It's so good. But just the regular chocolate M&Ms? Regardless.
How did Maya Rudolph get associated
Apparently,
with this?
they've been talking about it for a long
Yeah,
time.
she's been in talks with him.
Was she one of the voices of one of the spokes candies in the past?
I wonder if she was.
Like
Probably.
that kind of
There's
stands
some
out to
sort
me
of
that there's some sort of
association.
connection. She's awesome. She's great. So,
But again, why does candy have a voice? It's candy.
Candy.
It's candy. I'm just gonna cross my legs with my go-go
Oh,
boots.
look out.
And
Crossing
let's
the
talk
legs.
about some nominations, shall we? The 43rd edition of the Razzie Awards have been revealed. For a minute, because I was so obsessed with Marilyn Monroe when I was in high school, I actually did my thesis on Marilyn Monroe, like my grade 12 thesis.
On what?
On Marilyn Monroe, her life and the tragedy and like
What
the
grade did you get?
conflicts. An A.
No.
Let's go into the archives to see
All
if she's
right.
telling the truth on that, maybe.
Good luck.
Okay, coming up after 8 o'clock, newly acquired forward Ben Bujold. We'll see if I'm pronouncing that right.
Yes.
The Hamilton Bulldogs
Yes.
joining us because he's in the green room right now judging us.
And we'll be talking about the Oscar nominees. So they're coming up, and we'll take you live to Hollywood.
If you're celebrating a birthday today, you share it with Neil Diamond, 82 years young. Any guesses what song we're playing?
Gotta play Sweet
No,
Caroline.
we don't. There's so many other good
Sweet
songs.
Caroline.
So many other better songs.
That's what we'll play, though.
Okay, Emily, we're going to take the viewers through the packing process. So once we go on your website, we go into foley.ca, we scroll through all the beautiful plants, we find the plants that we want, we pick the pots that we want them to go in, you get the order, then what?
Yeah, then the magic happens.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to pretend you ordered like our best seller, which is a medium potted ZZ.
Why is it a bestseller?
It's so easy, and it
Is that
always
why?
looks beautiful. It's like got really nice sturdy foliage. It has a rhizome, which is like a root bulb, so it holds its water like in a reservoir and pulls from it, so it's like very drought tolerant. They're slowish growers, so they don't like need to be repotted right away.
Right, they don't take over your living room in a matter of minutes.
They're
Okay.
just like the most solid plant. I
They're
don't know.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
They're cool.
So we're gonna pretend you ordered this, and just like for plant care, this is all like all the roots and stuff that's typical of the plant, which we would explain in our care card. So we use a gauze that we just kind of wrap around. It's all recyclable, just to get the plant kind of nice and tidy before we're gonna ship it, and so that the soil doesn't move in transport.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Like, I was like, there's a lot of dirt in there, and
Yeah.
if you see those videos of the UPS guys like
Yeah.
hurling your stuff at your front door, you're thinking, there's a plant in there.
Be really nice to your UPS guys.
right?
We're so nice to them.
Yeah.
So we're like, Take care of them.
Yeah.
So we kind of brace all the soil. This typically does like the trick with how we've got it.
Right.
We put it into our ceramic or decorative pot, and we do drop-ins like this just so that it's easy to water. So when you get this home, you can take the grower's pot to your sink, water it, and let the water drain before putting it back in your decorative pot.
Yep.
If you were to plant directly in it, it's just tricky for drainage.
Yeah, I would never recommend that, I don't think.
Yeah, and it's like, I like switching up my pots.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have that like weird like salt stains on the pot as the soil.
Totally.
So yeah, so that's kind of what we do. We then go to this like fluted corrugate and we wrap it really nicely. Put all our little tape.
Now, this is just for our viewers so they know. You are not a packer.
No.
You don't typically
I know.
pack, but you're doing an excellent job.
Thank you.
You really are.
Rachel is cringing over there while she watches me because, I'm
She's
not.
like, oh, you've got a lot of tape here.
I know.
She got herself all
I'm
prepared.
a big tape person. I mean, it's like a science packing it properly and getting used to like your process so that it's quick. Even still, I'm already wrecking it a bit. So we fold it at the top. We would put our tape through, make sure like it's a nice sleeve.
Okay.
And this really makes it like protect the leaves, so if it were to topple,
Yeah,
it's
of
still
course.
kind of got this kind of outer layer.
Yeah.
In the winter, we would use a insulated pouch like this, so I would
that's so
slide
nice.
this.
That was my next question. I was thinking, because if it's going to be put on a truck and it's on the truck for a couple of hours, what's to make sure that the leaves don't get damaged within such a short period of time?
Exactly, yeah. So we make these pouches, we put a heat pack in, put a heat pack somewhere, it sticks to the side, it just keeps the internal temperature at a certain range that we're comfortable with.
Okay.
Because like we shipped to Calgary, we shipped like Western Canada. It's
That's
cold.
amazing.
We're really careful with our heat packs and just making sure we're having your plants arrive alive and as fast as possible.
There would be nothing worse.
Yeah. We wrap it up with like this nice tissue after, and then we're gonna put it in the box. Probably won't fit because I'm not an expert packer.
That's okay.
So this goes into here, and then there's another layer that braces it so that you can imagine if it's going through a conveyor belt, it's really protected, but at the same time, it's not like overloaded with packing materials.
Yeah. And it's all
really
recyclable.
All recyclable, and other than, I don't think this is recyclable, but just
that's amazing.
don't want to leave someone with like tons of garbage.
Yeah.
And then just to finish it off, we have the care card. So this goes through like the origin, how to water it, what type of water or sunlight it needs, tips.
Okay.
And then if you're gifting, we have all these customized cards, so we can say like, Happy New Home, Emily.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, well, coming up, we are going to be going into a greenhouse, and it's going to be spectacular because we just got a delivery in, so we're going to be checking out some of the brand new plants. You can decide what you want to send and who you want to send it to at the end of the show. That's how easy it's going to be for us today. Lots more coming up on Morning Live.
Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday morning, Big Tuesday in Hollywood. It would be like, 4 or 5 o'clock there right now, and people are getting up and they're getting ready because the Oscar nominees are coming out. Let's bring in Emily and Brian here. Any expectations or movies that you saw that you really hope get nominated?
Tom Cruise, Maverick.
Hopefully.
Top Gun.
Hopefully it does, because a lot of the time when you get really popular movies, they do not get
I
nominated.
don't think it will. I don't think it will. I think it's going to be no. I think the Fabelmans will probably be nominated.
Yeah, I saw it. I loved it.
The one that they're talking about,
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Everything, that will get nominated. But I think everyone will kind of think Maverick is going to get nominated, Top Gun, but it'll be like a surprise if it does.
Because the issue I think with the Oscars is like they put out all these movies that nobody's ever heard of before, and they're just like, it is an opportunity to go see those movies,
Well,
but there should be
Avatar.
some popular movies that are out there. Because listen,
Avatar,
Maverick,
Way of Water.
Right. Is that going to get nominated?
Probably.
Or for
Is it?
technical, I would think so.
something.
I mean Best Picture. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
See, the thing is, I don't watch as many movies anymore. Like
Because you used to see
I would always see them
all
all.
of them.
I would always see them all.
Really?
Now,
Oh, you were that guy.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
always see them all. Now, there still is an opportunity because I don't think it happens till March. So a lot of the time, I'll see the list today and I'll try and work through as many as I can. But
I just can't get behind the Oscars that much anymore. And I'm just kind of over watching, rich people dress up and win things.
Rich entitled people get dressed up.
You're not in the wrong. A lot of people are the same way
Yeah.
because the viewership is way down.
Yeah, the pandemic kind of proved that there's more interesting things in life than that, I guess.
Yeah.
What are you doing instead?
Anything.
What interesting things are you doing?
Dishes, laundry, grocery shopping.
Looking at the sky, waiting for the snow to come down, Ryan?
Yes. Oh, what a segue.
We'll be done. Oh, well done. Yes.
So
well
in
done.
about half an hour,
Yeah.
they're going to be announced, and we'll take a look at that.
All right, we'll look at that. Yeah.
This is where the magic happens. We have made it to the Foley greenhouse. Emily and I are just talking about some of the different plants that you have here. They're gorgeous, they're lush. I feel like the sun has come out just for you today.
Yeah, totally.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Take me through some of the different varieties we have.
Yes. So in front of us, this is the snake. Very common, easy to care for plant.
You say that, except I've actually killed one of these.
Yeah, they're basically a cactus. Like they want to be left alone.
I overwatered it.
Yeah, it doesn't want
sure.
any water, and it likes to be brought out. Like in the summer, I bring mine right out onto my patio because it can have full sun, and then it really, really grows. Like you'll see major growth when it's in bright full sun.
Wow.
This is our monstera. So these are kind of like pretty popular.
Does it grow really big? These
Yeah,
ones? Yeah.
and they're like rainforest crawlers, so they have these aerial roots like this, and they kind of reach out and they grow like wide as much as they grow up. So they're kind
okay.
of like you need a big space
Yeah.
for something like that.
Yeah.
This is our Diefenbachia.
I love this.
I love this one. It's also called dumb cane. It can grow up to like 6 feet tall. This one's amazing because like it sheds its leaves, like lower leaf will turn yellow and you can remove it, and that's basically all the plant care that is required. Like it's such an easy
And
plant.
a little bit of water.
A little bit of water. It basically tells you when it's thirsty. It'll kind of like droop.
Oh, yeah.
So does monstera. So
Yeah.
it's nice because it can give you that signal.
Okay. So the tropical plant delivery comes in, drops off all the plants, and
Yep.
then you've got, your plant worker elves that come in.
Yep.
And they come in these massive boxes.
Yeah.
And
so
then it's for you guys to unpack them all.
you got it. Yeah. So this is a ponytail palm. So this is how they come in. We take them out of.
Ooh,
I know,
so cute.
like so much personality.
I love this plant.
So this is a pet-friendly option. It's actually difficult to get these in Canada, but
I
we
love
love
it.
them. So yeah,
Oh my gosh, I love
I
it
know
so much.
We have big ones over there. The ones back there are
Oh,
large.
yeah.
So yeah,
I think I like the mini version better.
yeah, tabletop. So yeah, they all come in boxes or in sleeves, like they were here.
Yeah.
We remove them, we let them kind of settle, and then we kind of go from there on taking care of
Taking them to the other package facility,
Yeah.
you pack them up, and then they move out from there.
Yeah.
Oh, these ones look massive.
Yes, these are amazing. So this is a fiddly fig. Trickier in plant care world than the snake.
Why?
I think people just want to put them in a spot that's not bright. They're like, that corner of my den, let's put a fig there.
Put it in the basement.
Yeah, and I'm like, it wants to be my sun. Like it needs to be in a bright, sunny space. So it's great to get a mature plant like this because it has kind of that maturity to lean on if it's, adjusting in your space. But basically, fiddly figs need bright sunshine.
I feel like it comes with their name. They're fiddly.
They're fiddly.
Fiddly.
Fiddlies.
These, okay, we were just talking about
Yes.
these. These are the same ones, right?
Yeah, so this is like a mature ZZ. It's a large. You'll see the new growth like shooting up in this kind of like coiled spot. Really happy, easy plant. Like just so nice and lush.
Yeah, I love the different colors of green from the back to the leaves of the front of the leaves and the new growth that's coming in as well. It gives you lots of dynamic.
Yeah,
Which
and
is cool.
Come the spring, it's just popping off.
Is that the same as what we just saw there?
Yes, so
Okay,
these are
'cause Mine
snakes.
kind of look like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is actually, this snake's probably thirsty. Like when it coils in like that and is a little floppy, it's thirsty.
Okay.
These plants came in and they were just too tall for us to ship.
Right.
So we've been repotting them slowly. And
Oh, they're gorgeous.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's-
Coming up, we're going to be talking about what I really need and what a lot of viewers probably need is how to take care of our houseplants. So Emily's going to give us all the tips and tricks so all of our plants look this good, right?
Right.
Right. That easy.
We have Emily Vukovic with us because the Oscar nominations are coming up momentarily.
Momentarily, yes.
Okay, so keep an eye on that.
I'm like thinking Elvis all of a sudden. It just like popped into my head. I'm thinking, you know what? Elvis might just
Elvis?
come out of nowhere.
Well,
Okay.
Austin Butler
Okay.
will definitely be nominated for his
I would
role
think so.
Right, and Best
Elvis.
Picture.
Okay.
I mean,
Best
regardless
Picture.
of what the Razzies say about Tom Hanks. I mean, who knows?
I don't think you can get a Razzie and an Oscar nomination for the same role. Has that ever
No,
happened
I'm not
before?
saying for him. I'm just saying for
not
the
for
movie.
the same role, but Sandra Bullock got a Razzie and an Oscar in the same year.
In the same year.
Yeah.
See?
Before,
Yeah,
but
two different films.
yeah.
Two different roles. That'd be
Yeah, I'm
awesome
not
if they got
saying
for
it's the same
role.
one. I'm saying
Yeah.
that for Best Picture and then Best
Yeah.
Actor, not
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, but just
Right.
overall.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's
That
coming
would
up.
be a clean sweep, wouldn't it?
That's coming up. Let's get to what we got.
It's interesting. Women
Fantastic.
talking.
Yeah. Great.
Sarah Polly.
Sarah Polly.
But it's from a Miriam Toews novel. So
Yeah,
that's
she
very
wrote
cool.
the screenplay
Canadian
for it.
content there.
Yeah, very cool.
So-
Top Gun Maverick.
So that's good.
My guy.
Because the big movies don't normally get nominated.
No,
you know what I
and
mean? A
that's-
lot of the time.
that's
so
the
Avatar
deal. I
is
don't.
in.
Avatar's there too.
I'm
so
not
it's just
surprised
nice.
that Avatar's there at all. You're thinking Kate Blanchett. I'm thinking Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Kate Blanchett. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tara. Just because.
I know.
The Academy. There's certain people the Academy love.
They know.
Like Meryl Streep,
But
Kate
that's not
Blanchett.
fair.
Oh, Kate Blanchett, that was awesome.
No, I know, but saying
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
that they are biased
I
towards
want
it
to
'cause
see
they
this
love
All
them.
Quiet on the Western Front. So I've seen trailers for it. It
Yeah.
looks really
So
good.
it's a book, famous book, German
Yep.
book that was done years and years ago. It's an old film that they remade,
Yeah.
but they kept saying it throughout all of the film
Yeah, it's
editing
been
and all that.
nominated for all
Quiet on the
kinds of
Western
stuff.
Front.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Elvis was. Who else? Anybody else? Best actor? Who knows? Austin Butler, Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Austin
Bill
Butler, I
Nye,
would say.
Brendan Fraser.
I
I
changed my mind. Brendan Fraser. I think he'll take it.
And then Best Actress. So it was interesting. We were talking about Blonde being on the Razzies.
Yeah.
The actress who was in the Marilyn Monroe story was
Yeah.
nominated for Best Actress.
Yeah.
So there too. So
It's interesting.
all right, I got some work to do. Some movies to watch because there's a whole lot I haven't seen.
And we have a forecast to watch too, Brian.
Yeah. Yep.
All about plant care. This is what I need, and I know probably what you need as well. Apparently, Luke has about 40 plants in his living room, so I think we're going to get some good stuff here.
Yeah.
Lots of different information on lots of different types of plants. A couple of these are common, others not so much.
Yes.
What do we need to do to take care of them?
Yeah, so I was just going to walk you through some like common things to look for when you're caring for plants.
Okay.
This is a ponytail palm. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, it's
definitely
literally
represents the Emily personalities.
It is our personalities.
If this plant starts to dry, like on its tips, just take your spruters and just like cut it on an angle, and you would be none the wiser. This is a stalk plant. Like it's got a trunk. It holds this moisture in it. So it's just kind of a sign of humidity when the tip's brown. Obviously, it likes a really humid area. So when we don't have that, just trim off some browning tips and kind of move on.
Right, because it's a palm.
Yes.
So it is a very tropical
Yeah,
plant.
likes like the bathroom. Like a bathroom would be great, like bright sun in a
Okay.
bathroom where it's humid.
Okay.
This is a pothos, very common
Yeah,
plant.
I've got one of those.
This one's looking a little janky. So basically we like
It's
go in.
looking a little what?
Janky?
What's janky?
I don't know, we say like janky malanky all the time. We made it up.
I love
I
it.
don't know. Pull off the dead stuff. You know, this, if people always wonder what this is slow release fertilizer. These like little balls,
Okay.
or it's perlite, so it's not, it's in there for a reason, but after a while it's kind of.
I have more of a personal question about this, but
Yeah.
I'm sure it's happened to some of our viewers, is that when these plants are dying and you're not taking very good care of them, and then
Yep.
you only have like one little like sprout left.
Yep, totally
How do
fine.
you like fix it? How do you make it full again?
Yeah, so you would propagate it. So
You'd have to cut it,
yeah.
root it.
So after this, like let's kind of pull everything off, and if you're saying, okay, we only have one little sprout, what you'd want to do is you want to cut it so that, see this little thing sticking out? This is a node.
Yep.
You'd want to cut it here. You want to put this little node in water, and then a root would start to grow out of here. Once it's like 2 to 3 inches, you're gonna like move around the soil, jam
back
it in,
in.
and in no time you'll have more.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's super easy to propagate. Just try it, honestly. It's kind
Yeah.
of fun to watch as well.
It's a little science experiment for my kids.
yeah,
hey
kids
guys,
love
we're gonna
it.
propagate today.
Totally. And like when your plants get kind of like leggy and long, you can just trim them up. Like it's like hair. Like your hair seems more full when you
Yeah.
have a trim, and so does your
true.
plant. So look to do that.
Love it.
This is a calathea. Really cool, like the
Beautiful,
pink stripes.
yeah.
Pet friendly. It's really dry. So what I'm showing here is when you're wanting to do plant care and you lift up your plant and it's heavy, like this one's heavy. You can tell, I'm like, whew, that one's been watered.
Yeah.
This one is like, whoa, it's so light. So that's a good indicator that
Oh,
it
yeah.
needs some water.
Big time.
And obviously, like, it's looking a little sad. So you're gonna water it, it's gonna perk right up, and then you're just gonna go through, and like, I'm pretty rough with, not rough, but like, your plant
Yeah.
can handle some
movement.
handling.
Yeah.
Like pull off all the dry bits, and like by the end of the day, it would be back up and perky.
Okay. And then the spider plant.
Snake plant, yeah. So
Or
this
snake
one I
plant,
was
sorry.
just gonna show, like when your snake plant becomes kind of floppy, it's probably because it needs to be repotted. And like, let's just look at the roots. So
Woo!
really easy to see
Easy.
that this guy doesn't have a lot of space for more roots, and he's probably using water really quickly. So I would definitely think a good candidate for repotting. If you're going to repot a snake, a good tip, put soil in the base of the new plant and then just put the plant on top.
Just like that.
Kind of like tricks it. I think it still thinks it's in its old
the same
house,
pot.
and then it's like, I don't know, easier. And then lastly, so fiddle leaf, kind of a trickier plant. Just go through your fiddle and like touch it, like kind of take all this like casing off, have a good look at it. And if, let's say I really didn't like the edge of this plant, like this leaf, because it was brown, I honestly just cut it off.
Really?
And I shape it, because like I don't want to
It
lose
really
that
is like
whole
cutting
leaf.
hair.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I don't want to lose the whole leaf because it's still full, but
Yeah.
if I had a brown mark on it, just because changes in humidity in our climate, indoor, outdoor,
It'll
makes
happen.
sense.
Yeah.
Trim it off and it's still, you know, nice and full. And then just like wiping down your plants. Like
Because they get dusty.
I often like walk by and I'm
Yeah, they get dusty.
yeah, just touch them.
Yeah.
And it's a good way to look at both like the underside, the top side. You'll see where your plant's at. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
You'll probably will really like
Well,
it.
it's good for your mental health.
It is,
Plants
yeah.
are so good for your mental health.
Yeah, it's like a cool hobby. So
That's amazing. All right, well,
Yep.
thanks, Emily. We've had such a good
Yeah.
time here today. And if you want to order some plants, get them delivered to friends, family, corporate orders, they do it all here at Foley.ca is where you can go to order. They'll package it up and send it to whoever you choose in the near future.